Well, you may have noticed by now that I'm sporting a much shorter haircut than normal. I had my head shaved and painted this weekend for Planet Head Day. It was a blast, which raises money for cancer, caring area neighbors for cancer education and recovery.
From young to old, hundreds of people came out to lend a hand or a head, including some of our own, Chris, Sean, Josh, Dan, and Ted. Here's a look at how it all went down.
So it's coming from the etherical into the physical, okay? But what is it to us? If we live in a mirrored world like we're taught, then cancer represents death and dying and destruction. Therefore, here it comes, the symbol for cancer that is so important that needs to be exalted on the Masonic arch is really being put in your face every single day in the act of acting for donations of what? Cancer awareness. It's not the disease that they're talking about. This is the biggest scam out there. It's cancer awareness. Because of where cancer is, and in the zodiac right now, at this time in place, it's coming out that it's the time for the pit to be open, and it's cancer awareness. And so when you understand that people are being duped on that fucking level, okay? It's amazing.
I'm gonna be a Saturn.
I'm gonna be Saturn.
It's my favorite planet, and because I think it's very curious.
I did Saturn 1 year. I did Venus 1 year.
They're going to be fucking with your head like you can't even begin to imagine. Cancer awareness has nothing to do with the disease. It has to do with calling up the demons and putting it on commercials so that all the people that are in the know that the time has come to unite the two houses of Israel and call up the demonic entities. That's what you're seeing on the news with all of these crazy stories about people falling in holes and all of this crazy kind of bullshit. And people living with semi-trucks fall over on top of them.
Nothing better than having your head shaved or putting a cap on and having it painted as a planet with your friends and neighbors, and in honor of other friends and neighbors of ours that are fighting cancer.
That pretty much sums it up. Colorful heads lit up Umpy's Woodine Hall on Saturday, a day mixing solar system excitement with fundraising for a good cause. Tons of folks young and old got their heads shaved and painted as planets. All the money raised on Planet Head Day benefits cancer, which stands for Caring Area Neighbors for Cancer Education and Recovery, a grassroots organization that supports county folks going through the difficult disease. And look what we have here. Team WAGM exceeded the goal of raising $6,000, which meant our news director and anchor Chris Weimer got in on the action.
If there's 100 people that have a problem with what I'm doing, but one child who's going through this sees me, on air with a shaved head with them, feels a little less alone, it's worth it.
And though I didn't shave my head, I couldn't resist becoming a planet. Caitlin here is making me into Saturn. Caitlin here is making me into Saturn. I'm super excited about it. The paint is a little bit cold on my head right now, but it kind of feels nice. Kind of feels like a nice little brushing. Can't wait to get those rings on my head. Can't wait to get those rings on my head. Can't wait to get those rings on my head. And that completed the look.
What fun. I had goosebumps. I was dancing. That was a great story.
Good. We had a blast. It was a lot of energy to be there, very rewarding, and it just shows what the community can do when it comes together.
That's right. The total amount of money raised, a whopping $27,000. $27,000.